Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day, and thank you for tuning in to the Farside podcast. This is our second edition of the Farside podcast, and today we are here to discuss NTD Films news, and we're starting the first edition of our broadcast called the NTD Films News, where we cover some stories involving NTD Films, the YouTube channel, their actors, and I guess Noah Davidson himself. So just some quick facts on NTD Films right now about their YouTube channel. They currently have 33 subscribers, 853 total views on all their videos, and they have a total of 21 videos posted or uploaded onto their YouTube channel. Their newest video is Scooby Gets Dog Napped, and that's part of their series involving plushies, as Mr. NTD Films words it himself. Okay, so some of the stories we're going to be covering today. Let's take a look here. We got NTD Films is throwing a Super Bowl party and making an episode out of it with the following actors: Reggie, Sirius, and Joe Cool. NTD Films Under Fire, after something they did a year ago, came back to haunt them the other night when they had a quick run with the person. When it says NTD Films Under Fire, it means Noah Davidson. It didn't have to do with the channel. It had to do with Noah Davidson. Joe Cool, who? Joe Cool is unrecognizable to the human eye without his sunglasses and hat? ? And NTD Discovered. Noah Davidson finally received some attention while at a band concert, and so does John Smith. And another story here, this is a big one. Reggie and Sirius off-camera controversy. The two caught yelling and swearing at another group of kids, and I was told even giving the middle finger, so yikes. And the last one here, which I think's one of my favorites, is the Joe Cool conspiracy theories. Some conspiracy theories surrounding Joe Cool not being in the NTD Films series lately. And I got the truth on that and what's really going on. So, guys, welcome to the Farside podcast. I'm your host, Landon Miker, and welcome to the NTD Films News. I'm also your host and news analyst, Landon Miker. Let's jump right into the first story here. NTD Films throwing a Super Bowl party? Well, yes. Every year, Noah Davidson's family throws a Super Bowl party on Super Bowl Sunday, where they invite their family, their friends over to watch the Super Bowl game, and they do like a, what is it? Let's see, I'm not a very big sports guy here, but they do that thing where you predict who's going to win the game. I don't know what those are called, pools or something like that. They have them for all sports or whatever, and you get to predict the score of the game, who's going to win, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And so, I guess this year it is the Eagles and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And they're playing in Minneapolis. And I'm going to make a prediction right here live on the show. I'm going to guess Patriots are going to win it by a score of 38 to 31. 38 to 31. Write it down, guys. Patriots are going to win. That's my guess. Sorry for all you Eagles fans out there. You can away, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get right into that first story. So yeah, Noah Davidson, his family throws a Super Bowl party, but what they're doing this year is they're gonna make an episode out of it. So NTD Films, they're gonna make an episode called Reggie's Super Bowl. And if they, now this is providing that they have the time and the actors can all come. I know Joe Cool, it might be a problem for him to come. I don't know. Hopefully he can make it, because that's another one of our stories, which we will jump into in a minute. But they are hoping that Reggie, Sirius, and Joe Cool can attend, and they're going to make a Super Bowl party episode off of it. So let's jump right into our next story here, which is NTD Films Under Fire. Okay, so it's actually Noah Davidson Under Fire. I already said that. And here's what happened. A year ago, and I'm kind of involved in this story, but not really. A year ago, we were out skating on a hockey rink, one of those outdoor rinks that you'd go to in the winter, right? You know, people go and they skate on outdoor hockey rinks. You know, they'll go play hockey or they'll go skate, do whatever they got to do there. Providing it's appropriate, I guess. Don't see anyone having sex in the middle of the rink or something. But anyways, so that's kind of the point of those rinks. And Noah and I were standing against the boards. And in between, because there's two big rinks, which are like hockey rinks, and then there's a middle rink in between. And I guess there was some people skating there, and this girl fell on this rink, and Noah laughed at her for falling, and he said something about, wow, that's a bad skater, to me. not to her face, but he said that to me, and this was at the time, and I kind of just went, yeah, well, okay, that's what you believe. I just was like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Turns out this person's kind of a big name, and they finally, almost a year later, kind of got back at him. And here's the situation that went down. So Noah Davidson was near the person, but not within talking distance. He came across her from a distance, but she was able, and this is the thing, she didn't have to talk because her look said it all. She gave him the dirtiest look ever, and so much that it really, I hope he saw it, but if it did, it would have crushed him. It was a dirty, dirty look. And then, so some of the reports are saying there was a group called the Marshall Mothers who took this to social media and said, great job, girl. Now let us unleash our martial arts skills on Mr. Davidson. Uh-oh, Noah, gotta learn karate. Maybe you could do one called Jaden Learns Karate, an episode, and work with that. So yeah, Noah's under fire after this girl finally got back at him now, and it's breaking the surface that Noah was laughing at her for being a bad skater. And when questioned about this, back right after the situation happened, he said, I wouldn't have had to have laughed if she knew how to skate. The logic in that isn't the greatest because, I mean, I know how to skate. I've been skating for years and I still fall. So, I don't know about that one, Mr. Davidson. But yeah, and the girl was reported crying after this. Sorry, I had to add that in there. Okay, but next story here. Let's bring some of the interest levels up here. Joe Cool Who is our next story. Joe Cool is unrecognizable to the human eye without his sunglasses and hat. Well, this is a story that is 100% true. Joe Cool is one of the actors in the NTD Films series, and he's been reported to look completely different without his sunglasses and hat on, to the point where you don't even recognize him. Like, he has friends at school, obviously, that he talks to, and, like, they said to him after watching one of the videos, I want to say it was Reggie's Full of Fun, they said, you know, they're all saying, I can't believe that's you, that doesn't look like you and stuff, and, you know, let me tell you, I'm going to put a picture up on the screen right now of what he looks like without his glasses and hat. So right now you should be seeing a picture of Joe Cool without his sunglasses and hat. Yeah, that's him. And then here's a picture of him with his sunglasses and hat. Big difference, right? I guess. I think it's the hair and the eyes. They really distort it just makes him look different. Like, I agree why people might not recognize him, especially if you don't know him. You haven't seen him very much. Anyways, so yeah, Joe Cool is, I guess, unrecognizable, maybe not to the human eye or anything, but he goes unnoticed, I guess, but he's also receiving a lot of attention for it, which we'll get to that later. Now, next story is NTD Discovered. Noah Davidson finally received some attention while at a band concert. Well, this did happen a while back, and I'm covering this a little bit late because I didn't start this radio show till now, and this happened back in December. So Noah Davidson was attending a middle school Christmas concert because Joe Cool, Cameron, and Reggie, Chase, those are the real actors' names, is Cameron and Chase, they were playing in the concert. They play in the school band, and they were playing their instruments in the concert, whatever instruments they play. I don't honestly know. And I guess Noah went to attend the concert because it's his brother. Like, Reggie Chase is his younger brother in real life as well as in the series. And I guess Joe Cool is his friend, I guess. So he went to watch them play. So did John Smith and Miss Walker, because they're Noah's and Chase's, so Reggie and Jaden's parents in real life as well. I know John Smith isn't his parent in the series, but anyways. And so they went to watch him play in this concert, okay? And there were some fans sitting behind Mr. Davidson and Mr. John Smith who were fans of the series, who watched the series on YouTube. So they were kind of trying to get his attention during the concert, which, I mean, I guess could be disruptive. Depends if they were trying to do that. And so one of the fans apparently decided they were going to yell out John Smith in the middle of the concert. Now, of course, that you're probably thinking that's stupid, and I would say so. But he did it in a manner where it was quiet, so that I guess John Smith didn't even hear it. But they ended up really getting desperate to get Mr. Davidson's attention so much that they just decided to laugh a lot. I don't know, that to me was interesting when I heard that. They decided to laugh. They were just trying to get Noah's attention during the concert. They did end up getting his attention, apparently. So those fans must have been satisfied. So yeah, and I guess Noah must have felt good too, because the series, he's finally getting recognized. Okay, on to the next story now. Reggie's and Sirius's off-camera controversy. Well, I don't know a lot about this story, but here's what I've been told. Apparently, there's some kids at their school who are in grade 8. So Sirius and Reggie are both in grade 7, and these other kids are in grade 8. And I guess they've started a controversy with these kids. I won't say their names on the show, but and they decided they were going to yell and swear at them. I don't know how the controversy started. I don't know, but apparently they were like getting there. It was going back and forth. So like these kids who were older than them were giving them the finger and stuff, and then Reggie and Sirius were caught yelling and swearing back at them. So they were like, just giving it right back to them. Maybe they started it. Maybe the other kids started it. I don't really know. All I have is that there was some yelling, some swearing, some finger giving, and a whole lot more going down. And on to our last story and my favorite, the Joe Cool conspiracy theories. Joe Cool, too cool for NTD. That's the first one. There's two going around. The first one's called Joe Cool, too cool for NTD. And the thought here is that Joe Cool is, he's just, he's hanging out with these cooler kids now. And this is according to Reggie and Sirius. So Connor and Chase, they're saying that he's hanging out with cooler kids because he's like, I don't know why he is. I don't have the full story, and that's the reason he doesn't want to be in the series. My response to that is simply, well, I mean, they can't recognize you, so what's the shame in being in the series? Apparently you look so different without those glasses and hat. So, but anyways, no, on a serious note, yeah, I guess that's one of them, is that he just thinks he's too cool to be in the series. I don't honestly believe that. This is the other one, and I can tell you this one's false right now, is that he's getting too much attention by his fans, and Noah's jealous of that and doesn't want him in the series. So he's getting all this attention. He's becoming like the star of the show, or he was back, when he was in it. And Noah didn't like that, and he cut him for it. That was the other theory that's going around. That's not true. I can tell you that right now. I can't tell you about the too cool one, but I can definitely say that he is not, Noah is not jealous that he's getting too much attention by fans. I think Noah's a very good guy, and he would not care whether or not he's getting a lot of attention. Okay, guys, so that's it for today's news stories. That's all we got. Check back with us when we do our next edition of the NTD Films News, whenever that will be. I'm your news anchor, Landon Miker. See you next time on the NTD Films News, and that's all we got for our stories today. So yeah, guys, and that means we're also going to be wrapping up this podcast. That was the second edition of the Farside podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you continue to have a great Friday night. I hope you go out, do whatever you got to do. Just don't get arrested, and don't try and start any controversies with some other people. Don't swear and yell at them like Mr. Sirius and Reggie are doing. But anyways, guys, that's it for the Farside podcast today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. I'm not really sure when our next podcast is going to be, but I hope it's going to be soon. Until then, though, bye, guys.